my memory slipping away from me, I strode valiantly toward my destiny, and a cold chill took hold of me. Spelunky. The day was September 14th, 2015. And it was on this day that Julian, the bear hat wearing hipster urbanite, decided that he wanted to get back in touch with nature. He wanted to leave the cocoon of the city and venture instead into the desert, the deserts of New Mexico, where he'd stumble upon a mine. "Here be dragons," said the sign. Julian was a sophisticated man, and thus he took little heed of the sign, knowing that in fact dragons are fictional. What he wasn't counting on, however, were much less fictional dangers for which dragons were simply a metaphor. Among them, only a short time in the mine, were poisonous snakes, rabid bats. These dangers, he knew, could be deadly, but he continued on anyways, treading carefully, for within only moments he had already collected $4,700 worth of goods, mostly in already polished diamonds and bars of gold lining the floor of the mine. Could such a place be real, he asked himself. After spending a mere moment exploring the mine, Julian was already encountering dogs in need of rescue. Julian loved dogs. And so he took it upon himself to carry each one to safety, each one he encountered. Of course, he also found that the dog, though useless on the attack, was useful as a weapon. Not as an agent of destruction, but a tool for it. He met a friendly shopkeeper from whom he purchased 10 more bombs. The bombs cost him an arm and a leg, $14,000. Only moments earlier, such a sum would have boggled his imagination. But at this point, he had already collected more than $20,000, and he knew that more must lay further down. And so he considered these bombs a wise investment, swallowed whose frugality, and purchased them. Oh, shoot, Julian said, having angered the shopkeeper by accidentally bombing him, or by accidentally throwing a stone at his, at the dog that he kept. Nevertheless, Julian had no choice but to simply carry on. At that time, he didn't know what horrors might await him. He didn't know that the shopkeepers were like a hive, in constant communication, ready to attack as soon as one of them was distressed. He had angered one shopkeeper by damaging his goods, and now each and every single one of them would be out to get him. He found the locked treasure chest, and not having the key, he wisely decided to carry it with him. Where is the key for this chest? Julian said. And why, oh why, is this shop owner so dim? Julian also said. Julian couldn't find the key to the chest that he sought. But he ventured further down anyways, a rifle in hand, enriched by treasures and dead shopkeepers. What else might lay ahead? Julian had slayed another shopkeeper. Never would he have guessed that this journey would have caused killing men to become so routine in such short a time. He ventured on anyways. Julian could hardly stop to appreciate the glorious creatures that he encountered on this journey. Man-eating fly traps, snails spewing poisonous bubbles. Of course, all these creatures were met with little more than a blast from his shotgun. Julian was no anthropologist. He was a moneyologist. Julian treated himself to another routine murder. Calmly collected the money that the armed man had left behind. This wasn't the first time on his journey that Julian had encountered an evil spirit. A presence ready to penetrate him and explode him from within. Up to this point, Julian had done little more than ignore such apparitions. And that he did again. Simply carried on his journey. Sadly, Julian was killed through after a series of unfortunate errors from his part. His face smashed in by a frog. His skin poisoned by the bubbles of a poisonous frog. By the bubbles of a poisonous snail. And his skin split open from the bullets of a gun. It was only a matter of time before one of those damned shopkeepers caught up to him. And he had. And Julian was dead.